All right, Ripple XRP holders, welcome back to the channel. So this is massive, even though the charts don't show it just yet. What I have to share with you in this video about what Blackrock is doing right now. Ripple joining BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase, the largest bank in the United States, as a member of the leading trade association called ISDA. Now, in this video, I'm going to be uncovering what is ISDA, what this has to do with swaps and derivatives, how large the entire derivative market is, the impact that that's going to have on crypto, what the Bank for International Settlements has to say about the OTC derivatives market, comparing the world's money and markets all together compared to the cryptocurrency market on the wave and the tsunami of liquidity that is going to flow in this market over the next few years, how significant it would be for the CEO of BlackRock to start making major investments in cryptocurrency from 5 key critical points we need to look at, and also where we are in this current market cycle and how you need to be prepared by backing up the truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them, stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because we're going camping on the beaches of the moon. So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree, you know what to do. Confirm it by tapping that subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back. So where we currently are right now in terms of total market cap and where we are in this market cycle to give you a macro market outlook on where we're about to head next. Now, this is not financial advice, not investing advice. Don't buy, don't sell anything. This is for educational purposes only. The market cap is $1.1 trillion. Bitcoin right now sitting at $29,000, just shy of 30K. Ethereum at 1.8. BNB at 241. XRP is down 10% in the past 7 days. And so a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are impatient. A lot of people are wondering what is going to happen next as it hits 6222 and USD is at 999. So we have a lot to share with you in this video. The first thing that I want to talk about is the current market cycle. As you guys can see, 2011 was a bear market, 2014 was a bear market, 2018 was a bear market, 2022 was a bear market. So these were all 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 3 or 4 years apart. Now in the 4-year market cycle theory, it takes about a year to go from top to bottom based on the past, and then 3 years to go from bottom to top. So if you see 2012, this is the pre-bull market, or better known as the accumulation phase. And so that's where we are right now. We're in the accumulation phase, meaning we're not seeing crazy price spikes or anything too outstanding. Yes, we've seen a 100%, over 100% rally for Bitcoin, but that's not quite as intense as what happened in 2019. So for this year, I'm not expecting anything too crazy. And what I talked about in the video is 2024 is when we're going to start to see everything be ushered in for the SWIFT system, ISO 20022. And then by 2025 is when we're going to see the second bull run where we really start to go parabolic and, we see this blow off top and euphoria stage, right? You see the disbelief rally happening in 2023, then the belief thrill happening in 2024, and then the euphoria and complacency happening in 2025 before we start another bear market for 2026, and then the bull market for 2027, 28, 29, leading into 2030, where everyone's expecting Bitcoin to be upwards of $500,000 or $1 million by 2030. Now, there's crazy price predictions for this year, and XRP is included in those crazy price predictions. So there's some price predictions upwards of $10 to $30. Even Wells Fargo in my video yesterday talking about Shannon Thorpe saying that XRP, based on the liquidity of the derivatives market, could go to $100 to $500. So giving you guys a price prediction, for where XRP could go is anyone's guess here, right? Based on liquidity on the derivatives market, I do want to share with you, though, what is possible and what's happening right now as the cards are being shown with Ripple joining BlackRock. Now, whether you like this or not, whether you like BlackRock or not, they obviously control the media. They were the largest asset manager in the world. So Ripple joins ISDA as an associate member. And according to ISDA, this membership comprises entities integral to the derivatives market infrastructure, such as technological solutions providers, exchanges, and clearing establishments. Now, I want to explain what this means and why this is important, because ISDA has an international presence spanning in 79 countries, wielding substantial influence over the derivatives market, encompassing various financial instruments tied to certain underlying assets. Now, what is International Swaps and Derivatives Association, which is what it stands for? Well, they deal with over-the-counter derivatives. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what over-the-counter derivatives are. They're contracts that are traded and privately negotiated directly between two parties without going through an exchange or other intermediary. And so the OTC derivatives market is the largest market for derivatives. And the OTC market is made up of banks and other highly sophisticated parties. So this is where the big money moves, with hedge funds. And so reporting for OTC amounts is difficult because trades can occur in private without actively being visible on exchanges. That's why we're not seeing this bleed into exchanges yet, because the whales are preparing behind the scenes, and positions in the OTC derivatives market increased to $516 trillion. Not billion, $trillion. When you think about the total debt of the United States, over 30 trillion, we're talking about $516 trillion at the end of 2007. That was 2007, 135% higher than the level recorded in 2004. And total outstanding notional amount is $708 trillion as of June of 2011. So there is a lot of money in the derivatives market. It's the largest, right? We're not talking about the real estate market. We're not talking about the stock market. When you look at the crypto market at only 1 trillion, we're talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars. Now, obviously that number is different today, and the gross market value of OTC derivatives summing contracts with positive and negative values grew by 13% in the second half of 2022 to reach 20.7 trillion at year end. Interest rate derivatives drove this increase higher amidst higher inflation and rising rates, but nonetheless, the derivatives market is absolutely insane. And so this is according to the Bank for International Settlements, which they're ushering in their plan for Project Icebreaker, Project Meridian, among other projects as well too. And so if we look back here, this was back in 2000, and I believe this was 2011. All the world's money summed up in one chart compared to silver, cryptocurrencies. Back when the market for Bitcoin was only 100 billion and the rest was 45 billion, and Ethereum only had a $28 billion market cap. And so silver, was 17 billion. The value of all above ground silver, the biggest companies in the world held 807 billion. The richest people in the world, so when you look at the amount of money that the richest people in the world hold, and you guys think they have all the control, not even close. Look at California's GDP, the Fed's balance sheet, then coins and banknotes, gold, the amount of gold that's out there. Then you see the stock market, absolutely insane. The global money supply, 36.8 trillion. Global debt, 215 trillion. And then you see global real estate, 217 trillion. Then derivatives was at 500 plus trillion. Now, obviously, this number is different today, but that includes futures contracts, forwards contracts, options, warrants, and swaps. So this money right here are being allowed to enter into the crypto space. What do you guys feel that means? Massive bullish news. So for context, derivatives are financial instruments that derive value from underlying assets. For example, cryptocurrencies, as they get ushered in, and they're used to hedge risk, speculate on price movement, and obtain, keyword here, leverage. Leverage, okay? That's what these markets are fueled on these crazy parabolic bull runs, is leverage. So other crypto-focused entities with ISDA associate memberships include proof-of-stake blockchain, Algo, and Crypto.com. So why do you think the SEC targeted Algorand, guys? And Algorand is one of those ISO 20022 projects. And so this is exciting. This is bullish news, but it's going to take some patience here based on where we are before the first, bull run starts after this accumulation phase. And so Cirrus Markets launches a revolutionary platform for crypto derivatives trading. So you guys are going to start to see, I'm calling this early, you guys are going to start to see a lot of announcements happen out there about crypto derivatives trading. And so they're proud to introduce non-deliverable crypto contracts, NDCs, and traders can now invest in cryptocurrencies versus the world's largest companies like Tesla, Apple, Google, equity indexes like the Dow or the DAX, and even versus commodities, including gold, silver, and crude oil, all with zero fees. So NDCs are also provide investors with up to 100-to-1 leverage and the ability to go long and short any cryptocurrency. So this bull market is going to be insane. The amount of leverage that's going to be flooded into this market, that could be flooded into it, is going to be pretty cool to watch. Now, Larry Fink, who's the CEO of Blackrock, the world's largest asset manager, made a bold proclamation. He said that crypto will transcend international currencies due to global demand. And he further elaborated that over the past 5 years, there's been a surge in inquiries about the role of crypto from gold investors. This interest is primarily driven by Bitcoin's reputation as a hedge against inflation, as a store of value, as the digital gold. With Bitcoin supply capped at 21 million, it presents a tangible asset that appeals from individual enthusiasts to major banks. And the reason why 2024, is the start of the bull run really is because that's when Bitcoin's halving takes place. And so, yes, we are technically in a bull run because we have a 3-year bull market, but, not really yet, I guess you could say, because when we go back to the chart right here, you guys can see that this is the pre-bull market. Then you see the first bull run, then you see the second bull run before the euphoria stage by 2025. And so we have like over 2 years to prepare for 2025. And so now you guys are early. You guys are watching this at a critical point. And Fink's statements also carried a note of caution too, though. He emphasized that BlackRock, wants to have a safe, sound, and protect the market. Obviously, that's what they have to say, because why would they say we want to have 100-to-1 leverage for all your guys' income and your retirement funds here? Why would they say that? BlackRock's Bitcoin Spot ETF, which was recognized by the SEC, while the application has still not been approved yet, it's widely expected to pass soon. And so in my previous videos, I talked about when the first gold, the physical precious metal gold ETF was passed, gold went on a massive bull run of like 500 to 700%. Sure, that's nothing compared to crypto, but this would be significant for BlackRock for a few reasons. Number one is legitimacy and mainstream adoption, because mainstream acceptance for cryptocurrencies needs, institutions to believe in it, to start pushing the propaganda out there through media platforms. And because people are sitting in front of their TV, watch the news every single day in the morning and the night, when news companies start hopping on that are owned by BlackRock, what do you think they're going to start talking about when this ETF gets approved? BlackRock ETF approved, right? They're owned by BlackRock. So the media companies are going to start pushing this out there and encouraging other investors, specifically institutional investors and traditional finance institutions, to consider investing in cryptocurrencies. That's when the bull run's going to be back on. And people that are sitting there on their couch, drinking their beer, eating their ice cream, watching the news, watching a movie, they flip to the news channel and all of a sudden they're like, wait, I thought cryptocurrencies was dead. Crypto's back. Maybe I should buy some Bitcoin. Oh, BlackRock's ETF's approved. BlackRock believes in it. Even though virtually nobody from a retail investor perspective likes or trusts BlackRock, it's undeniable that they will move the market. So market influence is number 2. If BlackRock were to allocate a significant portion of its assets to crypto, it could potentially drive up demand and prices. No guarantee that it would, but you guys get the gist here. Number 3 is institutional adoption. Their involvement could serve as a catalyst for other institutional investors to follow suit and allocate funds to cryptocurrencies. And then product offerings. Crypto-based exchange-traded fund ETFs and other structured products through the derivatives market as well too will cause massive liquidity flow. So regulatory attention too. Clear regulation could further encourage institutional participation, because if the SEC approves BlackRock's ETF filing, then more regulatory approval would ensue for that. So that's where 2024 and 2025, we're getting ready to back up the truck early. Now, here's another key here to note. Ripple and Stellar, XLM, dominate the Swift integrated landscape. As you guys can see, the Swift system is completely changing up to ISO 20022 compliance and their new infrastructure to make banking more easily connectable globally. And so Ripple's XRP and Stellar's XLM have formed an alliance with the potential to transform the crypto market, integrating with Swift and ISO 20022. And Bank of America has recognized XRP as a potential outlier in payments, highlighting its distinctive position and innovative capabilities. And Ripple has secured preliminary approval for a major payments institution license in Singapore, demonstrating its growth, presence, and impact in the industry. So when you're in the United States, you only see what mainstream media wants you to see in the United States. They don't share with you what's happening over in countries like Singapore, Japan, China, Russia, other than making it seem like they're the bad guys because of World War III or whatever they want to talk about. But the reality is other countries are starting to adopt. And MoneyGram has collaborated with Stellar Development Foundation, leveraging the Stellar network to provide efficient financial services and access to funds for unbanked individuals. And Stellar is putting a program together to go into space and live in space for 30 days as well too. And so that's going to be pretty crazy. Would you guys want to live in space? I don't know. That kind of creeps me out. Going to space and living up there. What would you do? You just kind of float around and your bones will get weak when you come back and land on Earth with gravity. Then how are you gonna walk after that? Both Stellar and it sounds pretty cool, but I don't know, man. I like being on the ground. I like being grounded. Even being in water freaks me out. We go to the beach and I'm swimming around. If I can't see what's below me, A shark attack, man. There's sharks in these waters. So both Ripple and Stellar aim to simplify cross-border payments, with Ripple focusing on partnerships with traditional financial institutions, emphasizing fast cross-border transactions and interoperability. Integrating SWIFT holds the potential for instant cross-border transactions and improve operational efficiency. It's inevitable. It has to happen. And so they also want a cashless society, is what the head of the Bank for International Settlement said, which is the central bank for central banks. And now PayPal is launching their dollar-backed stablecoin. So why would they be doing that right now? And what is PayPal up to as well, too, to further usher in some bullish news for you guys? And obviously, this is one side of the story here. There's another side that I need to cover in a little bit, because PayPal said on Monday it has launched a US dollar stablecoin, becoming the first financial technology firm to embrace digital currencies for payments and transfers. Now, how are they launching it? Well, last month, and why are they launching it? The U.S. House Financial Services Committee also advanced a bill to establish a federal regulatory framework for stablecoins, which will focus on rules for the registration and approval process for stablecoin issuers. And so, in a statement on Monday, at the time that I'm filming this video, you guys might be seeing this on Tuesday, but Representative Patrick McHenry, the committee Republican chair, said that PayPal's announcement is an indication that stablecoins hold promise as a pillar of our 21st century payments system. And PayPal stablecoin, dubbed PayPal USD, is backed by US dollar deposits and short-term US treasuries and will be issued by Paxos Trust Co. It will gradually be available to PayPal customers in the United States. And so this is just more market share that PayPal is striving to adopt. Now, the key here to understand, and the other side of the spectrum here, is what the Federal Reserve is doing with interest rates to combat inflation and bring inflation back down. So that's a big factor that's suppressing, crypto right now, because investors are holding their funds, waiting for a recession, waiting for a potential depression, thinking that the economy could flip it over at any moment here with, World War III, with the Fed defaulting because they pushed back the debt ceiling for a couple of years. Why did they push back the debt ceiling? Well, it's very clear that if a politician has a recession or even a depression while they're in office, the chances of them getting reelected are slim to none. So they just pushed it off onto after election, right? That's what they wanted to do. And so that's what people are waiting for. After the election takes place, we'll see what happens with potential recession in the economy after that. But that brings me back to this right here, where 2024, Bitcoin halves. Maybe we see one final correction for Bitcoin. I expect the prices to stay relatively stable. I don't expect Bitcoin to crash down to $10,000 or $12,000 anytime soon. I expect it to keep trending upwards, because every time that Bitcoins halves, the supply decreases, the demand increases, with Blackrock, with the Bank for International Settlements, with the SWIFT system, with FedNow, with Ripple winning the lawsuit, Ripple partnering with Blackrock and JP Morgan Chase. I think it's obvious what's about to happen, guys, here. So we're bullish. We're backing up our truck to the bank. We're grabbing the bags and packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going down in value. That is a fact. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, artificial intelligence, and everything that we're doing here with the bull runners is going up in interest. And together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I will see you on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.